Hi Pisces, welcome into your video. Okay, so this week we're doing something a little bit different, a little bit unique. We're going to do a big fat sneak peek into 2024. And next week's video will be like the typical weekly videos I publish every Wednesday for you guys. Water Wednesday, remember that. And go on my Instagram too, Elpis Enlightenment, for any updates and info and just some stupid funny shit I throw up on there if you feel like having a chuckle. Now, I'm for this reading, it's going to go with the flow. So we're going to see in general what the universe has to say for you. And then from there, we're going to flow and we're going to see what other questions to ask. It'll have somewhat of the similar format as the regular videos I do for you. But let's see. So, universe, angel, spirit guides, what is the most important message? And let's do a quick little blessing here for us all. No negative energy or angels or spirits. You are not welcomed to this beautiful Pisces video we're doing for 2024 because we want a blessed year, right? Pisces, please tell me, what is the most important messages that they need to see or hear in 2024? Judgment came sideways. Six of Cups and Queen of Cups. There you are. Okay. First of all, if you're new to my channel, you're my queens, male or female. And the queens that pop out, that's going to be your energy. The kings is the opposing energy. It's the incoming, male or female. That means the person that you're dealing with. I don't do that in private videos. I only do it here for YouTube because it's a large audience and I know everybody wants to know who's who. So, you kind of get the gist now. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is basically you. This is a water sign person. This is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But moreover, it talks about the energies, okay? So it's not just the zodiac sign. Because sometimes the people we deal with can take on those traits. But like I said, you're my queens. So this just talks about me telling me you're ready for 2024 in your own shoes, in your own skin, being who you are. This is somebody who's emotionally mature. This is somebody who's emotionally available. This is somebody who extends their hand out, as you can see in this card. This is somebody also who goes with the flow, understands that there's ebbs and flows in life. And this is you. And that's what makes you guys emotionally mature in the first place. Now, more cups. Six of Cups. Six of Cups talks about fond memories of the past. It talks about childhood. It talks about the good old days. The times where you didn't have to worry about stress, anxiety, or a mortgage. You were happier. But when you were a kid, did you have to concern yourself about love matters or work matters or any kind of responsibility or mortgage for that fact or rent, whatever it is for you? The point is you're there. You're connecting on that emotional level in 2024 where you're like, I'm going to go back to that space and I'm going to feel good in 2024. And you are, because these are the messages the universe is giving you. So it's not just you saying it to you. It's like the universe is backing up that theory also. And they're saying, don't forget who you are, Pisces, right? And then you have Judgment, which is in a cross position. So it's telling me the one challenge that you're going to have in 2024. The biggest challenge you're going to have is to make judgment calls in places that you belong, the friends that you should have, the lover in your life, the job that you currently reside with. Are they meant for you? Are they dead ends? Are they over? Have you elevated? Are they your frequency? These are the things that you're going to struggle with making those final judgment calls, because we know when we make that judgment call, it's like a nail in a coffin. But don't forget who you are. You're somebody emotionally mature who's capable of handling this. And this is going to be your guiding light, remembering back in the past what the good old times were. Now, that's the theoretical portion of 2024. Let's get into the literal, because cards sometimes can be quite literal. Queen of Cups can talk about you having love for someone. You are in love. Okay, and we'll see what that's all about because we're going to clarify these. The Six of Cups can also talk about somebody specifically from your past, bringing into 2024 with you. Somebody that you're in love with from your recent past is coming in, or your long ago friend from high school, from friendship, from whatever. They're carrying over. You're going to have you're going to struggle to make some sort of decision, some kind of judgment call. But again, I'm going to remind you, you are emotionally mature for you to make those decisions because you know life ebbs and flows, as we said before. Now, at the bottom of the deck, I do see Judgment in reverse. It's something that feels unfair, unbalanced, not right, uncool. In the literal sense, it talks about divorce, it talks about court, it talks about a loss of some kind. And this is also bad karma, guys, so I'm gonna give it to you. The reason anybody follows me or my channel is because I'm not really a sugarcoater. I kind of rip off band-aids because I feel like if we don't face it, if we don't face our problems, our fears, we're never going to get to the root of the problem. And secondly, how to heal it and move on from it. And third of all, to never face this issue ever again. But under that, you have a king of wands. That's a fire sign. That's an Aries, Leo, Saggy. And they're back there. They're back there for a reason because the back of the deck tells me coming down the pike. So there is a fire sign. They do not necessarily need to be a fire sign. They represent somebody in your world that is very passionate about life. They're very attractive. They're very fiery. They're very creative. You'll know who they are. They just have a zest for life. They're like the center of attention constantly. You know who I'm talking about. But in a good way, in a cool kind of way. Now, what's uncool is this. And this is also karma. So make sure your karma is clean. All right, Pisces, I love you. That was the whole reason I gave the speech about me ripping off band-aids and not sugarcoating things. For your discerning adults, you know who this is. If your karma is not clean, this is karma coming around. So be careful. Karma always comes knocking on the door. Even if you do good, they come to reward you. Okay? But if you do bad and they see you're vulnerable and you're down and out, they'll kick you because it's something you had done before. Be careful is all I'm going to say. Be fair, be honest, be balanced, and you're good to go. And then that could possibly mean the other person or the other situation I was telling you before, that something unfair is happening between you and that individual. Now, moving on. Let's clarify. Pisces, please, can we clarify this Six of Cups, please, for my beautiful Pisces? So you will have, your week-to-week readings and things will happen to you, but this is going to be one of the biggest things that you'll be dealing with throughout the year. So I suppose this is what the universe is trying to tell you. Six of Cups, please. Ooh, yeah. Look at this. You will be flip-flopping. You will have a tough decision to make because there's a King of Cups here and they're in the upright position. What does a king and a queen do? They're a match. They're a set. And they're both water signs, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It does not necessarily have to be. But it is the matching energy I described of you earlier. Emotionally mature, emotionally available, somebody who can balance their temperament, somebody when, say, for example, the other person's freaking out and they're yelling and cursing and screaming. Water signs tend to know how to navigate these things. And that's the kind of person that you have. But I immediately got the sense and the feeling intuitively that this is somebody that borderline for you feels like, yes, you're very much alike, but they border on you're being so alike. They might feel a little patronizing to you, like motherly, fatherly, but very, very, very little. I'm trying to explain that feeling, but like you feel like they're a little too much, but it's still cool. They're still okay. And this is the person from the past. But at the bottom of the deck, I do see the Two of Pentacles. You're waffling. You're going back and forth. You're weighing your pros and cons. Should I? Should I not? Should I do this person? Should I do that person? Should I put an end to this and move on with the other thing? This is where you're at, okay, with this individual. I can go further. I can deep dive on this even more so, but I'm not going to, because in the next round of questioning, I'm going to ask who's coming towards you, because I think that's going to be more significant than me deep diving just right here, right now. Let's see what's clarifying the Queen of Cups. The Fool's back here, which is an Aries card. That's taking a leap of faith and a risk. Sometimes and mostly by yourself. Like, fuck it. I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't need to be with anybody. I don't care what the consequences are. I'm taking off. That's the Fool energy. But let's see what fell on the table, because you do have the Four of Cups in reverse and the Five of Cups. This is so your fucking reading, Pisces. There's cups all over the place. And I can tell where the other readings I was doing was major arcanas. The only reason anybody would get major arcanas is because there's big fuck ups in their life, or there's big decisions to make, and that person can't really make it, or their life is changing on an epic scale. You don't have that many major arcanas here, because I think you're navigating, as I said earlier. Your only challenge is the Judgment card, as I was saying before too, and I'm seeing this now here. But we'll see. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. In the next round of questioning, we'll see what comes out. I just think that whatever you've been dealing with, you've done well, but you're carrying some not, I don't want to say negative emotions into 2024. It's more like typical emotions you would expect from a situation. What do I mean? Five of Cups talks about guilt, regret. I should have done this. I could have done that. What if I said this? What if I said that? Would it have been different? No, fucking Pisces, it wouldn't, because that which is meant for you will never pass you by. You know this. Okay? So here's Alice. She's staring at everything that's like, oh my God, it's all falling apart. No, 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 no. The universe is saying, no, no, no. We're gonna hook you up. It's just we're waiting for you to look down and straight, and you will see this. You will see your abundance, and I think you will, because you also got the Four of Cups in reverse. Me as a reader, this is just my opinion. It's got nothing to do with anything. I hate this card. I hate the Four of Cups, but in reverse, I do like it, because in the upright position, it talks about unrequited love. It talks about boredom. It talks about not caring. It's like you receiving some kind of offer, but you're like, ugh, it's not for me. But usually it's the universe giving it to you. You see that little flipper back there with the little cup? But this is you not bothered, because you're looking at these instead. And so this is from the universe, but you're not bothered. In the reverse, you are. So I think what you do is you look at that cup over here, and you're like, you kind of turn around, you kind of shift your head, and you're like, well, wait a minute, what about plan B? Because where did that come from? I really got to think about that right now. What if God did give this to me? What if the universe gave this to me? What if, like, I'm missing out? You look at it. So sometimes I do call it my runner chaser dynamic, my runner chaser card. These are clarifying you, my friends. All right. So you will look at something abundant. I think you're going to look at somebody with a second glance. So you are having two energies in your life, as far as, like, from what I'm seeing, it's a lot of in the emotional department. So I gather this is about love. I don't see so much wands. I don't see so much pentacles, but we'll see. Maybe that's going to change. Let's continue. You could be dealing with an Aries, and you could be dealing with a water sign. So far is what I see. They don't have to be that, but it's two types of energies. One very similar to yours, and the other one's very fiery and passionate. And you know, when we combine water and fire, what do we get, boys and girls? With the right amount of content, you get steam. But if you put too much water, it douses the fire. And then if there's too much fire, it dries you out. So we want that smooth center. Alrighty, let's see what Judgment is. All right, you have of course, here is the Six of Pentacles, and here is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is like a text message. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Hey, I'm sorry, Pisces. Dot, dot, dot. Well, what the fuck is that? I'm sorry, Pisces. Dot, dot, dot. It doesn't have to be an apology, but it's like somebody's taking tiny little baby steps in the emotional department. Here you are, Queen. Here's a little page. Too scared, like whimpering to come towards you. And then I have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, there's one more on the floor and it's upside down. I don't know what it looks like yet. But the Knight of Wands talks about in, out, flaky, non-consistent, comes in, has some fun, leaves. You don't know when you're going to see him again. I know that's what it is because of the Six of Pentacles. It's like, boom, boom, let's go back to my room. But it's always going to be in the back room. And you don't want that. You want to shift to the fucking front of the house. You want to, at night, people to see the lights on and, you're hugging and kissing through the front window. You get my point. But this is like immature energy next to your queen status. Another challenge card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. See, that's why you're going to be challenged in 2024 making decisions, because if you don't, your life will get stuck. And when your life is stuck, you are not living. When you are making choices, you are living. Because one action begets the next. So let's move on and see what's going on. So that's going to be your toughest call. Discerning what's flaky, what's small, what's immature, what are breadcrumbs. What are breadcrumbs, guys? I'll give you an example. You're sitting there talking to this person. They might text you, 2-3 days later. They leave you hanging. And then, when you're together, it's great. Person keeps you around because they don't know your option B. They don't know what's going to happen with option A. Or here's another perspective. Somebody just broke up with someone else. They're still in love with that person, but they met someone new, you. And so they're talking to you, but they're not giving you your everything. Their everything. You are. They're not. Because they're wondering and hoping if person A that just left them might come back. They're reserving their energy. That's Six of Pentacles. Nobody wants breadcrumbs. Everyone wants the bakery. And deserve no less, right? So you're going to have a tough time trying to discern that and seeing who's going to give you the bakery. Let's continue. Let's go to the next line of questions, which is like who or what is a large energy that's coming into you, or the biggest energy that's coming in towards you in regards to love. And we will cover finances too, guys, okay? Those of you who have become members for the extended reading, there will be one. There'll be an extended reading. We will deep dive into your love and a little bit of work. And the typical format you are aware of, what your person's thinking, feeling, all of that. The typical format. And then we go from every sign, and then we'll do a little bit of introspection, just a little bit. We're going to touch base into your finances. Who or what is coming in towards my Pisces? Most important energies of 2024 for Pisces, please. Okay. I find these cards very ironic. Why? Because the Hierophant talks about something traditional that you need to do. So this, guys, I'm going to put it in a very general synopsis that can play out in any way in your life. Work, family, love, okay? Let's start with work, because Wands actually denotes also work and action. The Hierophant represents something that's traditional. It also represents institution on a literal level. What's an institution? A church, a college, anything that's like standardized, the government building, something like that. It's an institution. What else is an institution? Your degree, because you went to college and you got it. Your marriage, because you went to church and got married. Um, I don't know, you're a lawyer, so you work in now some sort of, government building. My point is, it's traditional. It's the steps that you take to reach to this institution. It's an orthodox measure. So, moreover, for me, Hierophant represents marriage, commitment. We have to commit to all these things that lead to an institution. So, we date somebody and then we get engaged and then we get married. Orthodox, typical, normal. That's what the Hierophant represents. Why do I describe my cards to my listeners? Because I think if I explain them to you, you know how to encapsulate the information for yourselves and what it means to you. Now, you also have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a fire sign female on a literal level, literally. She is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She is somebody fiery. She is somebody creative. She's somebody who's courageous, brave, a force unto her own. Okay? Now, on another sense, she's also the mistress. This could be you guys. Some of you could be the third party person, or you're dealing with a third party person. When I see the Queen of Wands in a non-fire sign zodiac reading, it makes me feel like there's a mistress involved. Whether you're male or female, you're the third party in a way. And then you have the marriage card here. So now we're putting these two cards together. 1 + 1 = 2, right, guys? In one card, we have marriage and institution. On the other hand, we have a mistress card. Who's coming in? These kind of energies. What do they mean to you? I don't know. We'll see. We're going to clarify right now. But I'll tell you this. At the bottom of the deck, I do like this. This is 10 of Cups. So even if it is a third-party situation or whatever's going on, I know that the person that you're dealing with, you're both happy with each other. So I don't know if this is like some kind of thing that you work out amongst yourselves, you and this person, you and your partner, because let me explain something to you. This is a happy couple. 5 cups are yours, 5 cups are theirs. So regardless of what this is, you're still this with that person. I am only concerned that you might change your energy from being, your heart chakra open to being watery to at some point turning into an air sign. That's not a zone you want to go down, which is being in your head, overthinking something, overanalyzing. You kind of lose control when you're not in your own element. Anybody does, any sign does, especially when I see the Queen of Swords, because that's behind the 10 of Cups. It's my only concern. So just remember that throughout the year for you guys. Let's continue. Please clarify the Queen of Wands for Pisces. The Justice and the 4 of Pentacles. This is literally court money. Figuratively, this is karma, holding on to somebody. 4 of Pentacles talks about holding on to a person, money, thing, place, person, something like that. These are the clarifiers. And then we got the Justice card again, which is Libra energy. And this is Hierophant. Hierophant is Taurus, sorry. Back to the Justice card. If you're in court or something like that, if there's like some kind of remediation on a financial level, it's going to be fair, the decision. That's all I could tell you. It'll be fairly split, okay? Because I think what's yours will be yours and what theirs is theirs. I think eventually, your justice will flip upright. Now, if you're not, and this is talking about figuratively, and we're talking about karma, I think the person that you're dealing with comes back. to talk to you. And you're going to feel justified for holding on to that person. So I hope you can see that perspective through these cards. Okay? And you might be, there's the third party, the third energy. But the reason I feel that way is because you have the Three of Swords back here, which is profound pain. It is the most painful card in the deck. It is the saddest card in the deck. It's not easy to come back from that. That's serious heartbreak right there. I sometimes have to hold myself back from not crying when I see that, because from an empathetic point of view, I know how painful it feels. So I have empathy when I see the Three of Swords. It makes me sad for the other person. I don't want anybody to feel that way. So I want you to prepare yourselves. I do. I want you to remember the first segment of this video too, about making those decisions. Let's clarify Hierophant. Guys, your comments, please leave them. I read them all, and they help the channel in such a profound way. You have no idea. I'm very, very grateful. The Eight of Swords upright. I'll get it in a second. The channel itself, Elpis Enlightenment, had its 2-year-old birthday the other day. Again, do follow me on Instagram. I post things like that. Like anybody who donates to the channel, I put you guys in stories. If you don't want that, please let me know down below. My thank yous, my gratitudes, all of that is there too. And sometimes I put up stupid funny shit, like I said before. Anyway, you got the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, clarifying the Hierophant. It's like you're picking up the pieces and you're moving forward, but very, very slowly and cautiously. It's like, do. Okay, it's safe to keep going. Do. And that's the feeling you're going to be in within a job or within a relationship. Sometimes I feel like it's walking on eggshells, but not really. It's like the coast is clear, so you're moving forward with stability, okay? And you're being cautious about it. Let me grab Eight of Swords down there. Eight of Swords. Being stuck. Thinking that you have no alternative. Thinking you have no options. All right. Let's see. Let's unpack that one. More teaching tarot. Eight of Swords always represents somebody who feels stuck, that they have no way out. Sometimes you want to know the literal meaning of this? This means jail. That you can't get out ever. Maybe figuratively, maybe literally, but you can. You just haven't thought up of the idea. If it's literal, you haven't found the right lawyer. Okay, funny, not funny. Because it's there with the marriage card. Somebody here feels stuck in a marriage, right? When we marry these two cards, logical, simple, rational, yeah? All right, here's the thing about this, why we're unpacking it. This is you. You think you're surrounded and you don't have many options. The thing is, if you weren't blindfolded, you would realize you could kick these swords down, get on your broom, fly away, put on your thinking cap, the hat, and get yourself out of there. You will be doing it anyway because you are receiving some messages, but you're taking them with a grain of salt and you're moving cautiously forward. This is tied to marriage. This is tied to commitment. So there is a third party situation. There is a marriage linked here. Someone does feel stuck, but there is a happy couple in it. It's not just a basic affair. So it's not that simple. It's a bit complicated. And I do see the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And this is probably why you're going to have to make some serious choices. I really get the vibe, Pisces, and I hope you guys come back to this video often throughout the year just to check up on these energies. There's a good chance that this person that you meet, that you might see as a blessing in disguise, I think you're both somebody who's gone through similar things, and this is how you connect, right? And I think you're going through the same thing. So you do. You connect. And it's an undeniable connection in a way. That's probably why I was seeing the Ten of Cups. And this is why I'm seeing somebody who's matching your energy. Let's continue. Actually, before we continue, let's go over here to the stuck thing. Let's ask for advice right here, right now. Please tell me how you like this video. They're not often. I'm only doing it as a special for the year because honestly, for those of you who don't know, I only do weekly videos and they drop every Wednesday. There's one for every week. So we've done all of December. There's a gap, there's a space. So this is why it's a bonus. And the next week will be the first week of January. All right, let's continue. What's the advice here for Pisces? Advice for Pisces, please. All right. You definitely have some pain that you're nursing. And you have the Queen of Swords. You need to discern. You need to rationalize something and use that sword and cut it out. Okay? You really, really do. There's something that you've got to just get rid of and off your chest. Clarify. Maybe you need a lawyer if this is literal. Because Queen Swords people, King and Queen of Swords represent legal as a profession. Holy shit, yeah. Okay, first of all, remember I told you about the Three of Swords over here, that you gotta heal and get over it? At the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. That's healing. Mentally healing also. Some of you, it might be physically healing, but also healing that heart, you know, for that people who are suffering that heartache. You're going to have to rationalize this because maybe you're not. Maybe you're over emotional on the situation. Maybe that's also the wrong word. But it's telling me you need to use your sword right now, slice and dice. Clarified by the Five of Pentacles in the Tower. Something fell apart for you. Huge. It's made you feel left out in the cold and lonely and sad. And you're like, no, please don't take me away. It's like they're ripping you away. So it's like adding insult to injury on top of it. These energies, you kind of never let them go, I suspect. You're meeting new people and the universe is like, oh my God, Pisces, I want you to meet these new people. I want you to be the little fish that you are and just like flow down the river. And I think this is your best advice, is to slice and dice. If this is literal and you're in court, get yourself a fucking shark. You don't have to be a shark. You know what I mean? I know you guys have a lot of empathy, but don't let it drown you. Don't let it kill you. All right? Be rational, logical. Maybe some of you do need to hire a lawyer because I do see the Five of Pentacles, a financial loss, a financial hit, a big, big collapse of a foundation. Huge. So some of you need to recoup that or save you, if not save you from yourselves. All right? Or you come back to my channel and I keep giving you the same advice. All right. I want you guys to remember that this is a tough love channel. I'm your older sister. Even if you have one, you don't have one, and you always wanted one, here I am. The end of your couch, advising you as best I can. Because I myself am not a water sign. Except for I have Pisces somewhere, but it's not in a good place. What is it? What's that? Damn, I can't think of it, but it's not in like a major planet area. It's my naughty side. That's where Pisces resides in my chart. Okay. But it's weird. My whole life I've had best friends, even though I'm a fire sign myself, my best friends have either been air or water. Strangely enough. Pisces, to be exact. All right. Maybe because my rising is water. That's it. All right, let's see. Universe, angel, spirit guides, give us some intro into the work arena. What can they expect in 2024, financial and career? Stress and anxiety. Because you possibly could be an apprentice to something. Clarify this. You're an apprentice, or maybe you're at a... I'll take it. I saw it. You're an apprentice, or you're at a low-level position, but you're learning the ropes of a place. Could be because you're new. But maybe you're just also bored, and you're ready for the next level. I don't know why you feel stress and anxiety. Do you feel like you're stuck there? You're trying to see something from a different perspective. You're trying to be open emotionally. I don't know. Maybe some of you also suffered a job loss. You're feeling the financial pinch, the financial crunch. Some of you might not be getting a raise or a promotion and you're feeling it, or you're not getting that money, and you're stressing. You're having like anxiety. What's the advice here for Pisces, please? You do have to see it from a different perspective. You got the Hangman again. By the way, that's your card. Something about a partnership. And there's justice again. If you're going to go into a partnership, make sure it's legally binding and it's fair for all parties involved. Number one. Number two, you might need to seek out a partnership of some kind, or there is a person who can help you immensely, greatly. Clarify, that's the advice. You don't have to take it, but that's what the universe is throwing at me. And you could Google Two of Cups in business. Yeah. Waffling back and forth, weighing your pros and cons. The Hermit, trying to make a wise decision of what's going to make you happiest. This person can help you. You need to look at it from a different perspective. All right? I don't know if you're judging it or something like that, but this is what you're going to come across as far as work is concerned in the year of 2024. Since we're in work, please clarify for Pisces. Advice for work. Members, I will deep dive on this card for you. Let's see. Work-wise, in the extended. Gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. There it is. Here's the worries in your mind, up and night, tossing and turning. Be centered in your heart. Here it is. This is you. Heart chakra open. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude, and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. The amazing generosity of this universe in the shape and form and gift of another person, a partnership, or God knows what. We'll deep dive in the extended. Let's put that aside for now. Let's see for love what's going on. And then we're going to tie this up with a nice, neat little bow with the shadow and light cards. I don't know how that card just really just encapsulates the whole reading. Okay, we're going to deep dive on this too. It's saying playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Guys, you need to be flirty and fun. Can't take everything so seriously. I mean, you need to remember the good parts of a relationship also, not just like the emotional baggage / drama. You know, we need to be also fun and flirty and happy. And maybe a lot of you are dealing with somebody that needs to see that side of you. Okay, last but not least, shadow and light. And then we're done for Pisces. The extended link is down below in the description box. That's also how you can join. There's a link down there. There's also a join button, literally. I think it's one of the 3 buttons next to the like button for joining the channel if you want the extended videos. cherishing and suppressing. Let's see what this is talking about. Beautiful card. So pretty with little sunflowers. Instead of trying to forget things, what if you allowed yourself to cherish the good parts of what was and perhaps even accept the bad things? Suppressing emotions and memories doesn't necessarily make them go away. The pain might go away temporarily, but every time the memory is triggered, you will relive it even more intensely. For example, after a breakup, it's common to get rid of all the things that remind you of that person. But what if you keep a few things that you used to cherish and reassign meaning to them? Instead of representing heartbreak, could it mean something new to you? Gratitude that you moved on, happiness, remembering the good times, thankful for what it taught you. This card encourages you to look back at your memories with new eyes, seeing something from a different perspective. Seeing something from a different perspective. The Hangman. Okay. It's time to stop hiding and trying to forget the things that have been only because they might have pain attached to them. It's time to open your eyes and see your memories for what they truly are and rewrite the meaning and purpose of them so you can move on with them and stop them from causing more pain. Know that it's okay to miss what was once beautiful but no longer is. Things may have not turned out for the best, but that doesn't mean it was all for nothing and not worth feeling and remembering the joy of it. Affirmation: I cherish the beautiful moments that I have been and take the lesson with me for the things that caused me pain. All right, that is such a beautiful card, and I think that was a big thing because we kept seeing the Three of Swords, and it was telling you in your advice position you need to heal. That's a great way of how you can. It's a great tool. Right. Guys, I think these cards are amazing. I'm going to put them in the description box below. You can get them at Amazon. They're not that expensive. And when you have a question, like a really hard question, just shuffle and one will pop out to you and read it. It's such a great deck to have. All right, everybody. Happy New Year. I wish you happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate it. And I will see you next year on your next reading. Bye now.